Hola amigos, hola amigas, bienvenido, welcome to Hooverlux. Dorian here, assalamu alaikum, croeso. So I did a little video earlier on the collection of Kirby's that I have, and I'm going to start by cleaning them all up. Now the first one I'm going to start with is this one here, which is the Heritage 84. I had to, when I got it the other day, I couldn't do anything with it because it was in such a state. In the bag end, this was completely full of dirt. The bag had split, and the bag had split a long time ago. So the bag had split, and the whole of the inside of this was full of dirt and stuff that had been in there for a long time. So I wasn't even able to, I couldn't use it. I switched it on, and then there was just this cloud of dust came out of it. So I had to completely Gesundheit. I couldn't use it before doing any sort of demonstration with it. So just plug it in. So it all works really well. That's the bag. So the belt and the brush roll, I haven't looked inside this. I mean, I have had a look, but I haven't properly taken it off to have a look. So basically we need to restore this, polish it all up because the metal is completely tarnished, and get it looking as good as we can. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the bag back in. I do not like these paper bags for the Kirby's at all. I much prefer the microfiber ones. So there we go, the bag is fitted in nicely. Now let me unplug it. The cord on this needs to be replaced because it's kind of gone lumpy. There's no nicks in it, there's no marks at all, but it's just gone all lumpy and it's covered in sprays of paint, so I'm going to put on a new cable. So before I do that, the first thing I'm going to do, because I'm going to need to strip it, is to take the bag hook off the top, remove the emptor, gosh, that's harder than I... Okay, so there we go. The bag and the emptor, so this has all been cleaned up. So this part of the vacuum cleaner is completely done. I won't need to do anything to that apart from put it back on. I'm going to take the cord release off. And I've unplugged it. So I'm going to remove the pin. For the handle, which is a bit stiff. There we go, that's the pin. There we go, that's the handle removed. Now I'm going to strip it right down. So there's the coin holder. I'm going to unscrew that. Remove the plastic back into it. which I can't do. It must be something in the way. Let me take this off. And the cord grip. Take that screw out. Remove this screw. There we go. There we go, that's that. That's the sticker. Can't see how this stays on. Let me get my little screwdriver. Seems to be some. Here we go. Okay, I just pulled that out gently. That's absolutely manky. That'll have to be cleaned. So there we go. So we have the handle off and disassembled, ready for cleaning. There's the handle part. So what I'm going to do now is to lift the light hood. Twist the belt in. And that's the inside of it. This is a lot fatter and chunkier than the newer ones. And this is the bumper is riveted on, which is a bit of a pain for cleaning. Now the fan inside, there's no marks or chips on the blade. It's in fine condition. It could do with the new one, but to be honest, I'm not going to bother changing that. The inside of this is kind of manky. So let's release. Let me get my Henry. The belt, so the belt's now free. Unlock the sole plate. Gosh, this hasn't been taken off for years. There we go. Gosh, it's absolutely filthy. Okay, so I've gotten the worst off the head and the brush rolls. That's a lot tidier than what it was. They need to be cleaned before I start polishing them. The same goes for this. Before I start polishing, this needs cleaning. Just to wipe the worst of the cack and gunk off it. I've been watching lots of how-to videos on this about taking it apart. There we go. That's a bit better. Got some of the grime off it. Okay, now what I need to do is to polish the body of it. I'm not going to touch the wheels or anything like that. I am just going to polish the body. There's some cover on that. So I need to start taking it apart. Okay, keep these little parts to one side. Let's go. Right. First, I need to take this switch off, the on-off switch. So I'm gently going to pull that off from either side. Pull off the cover, which releases the cord, and like I said, this is split, so I will need to put on oh no, that's the cover actually. That's the cover. Okay, so that's the cord gone. Seems to be like the standard kettle one. That's the cord cover. I'll put that to one side for cleaning. Let me just get this over here. So here we have the... Actually, I can't take that out yet. Right, the screws to remove this. First of all, I have to remove this switch. Looks like the safety switch. There's a little hook on this. That's the little spacer at the back, and the two screws. I'll keep that together. So this is the safety switch. I'll take that off as well. So that's the safety switch there. Now I have to remove a certain amount of screws all over it. Short little one for the top. There's one here at the side. Short little one. Another one here on this side. Another short little one. There's one here underneath. Short little one. And there we go. That has now separated the back of the body, which is absolutely manky. It is absolutely filthy. And here we have the inside of the Kirby. I'm not going to be changing the fan or taking the seal off. It's literally just going to be polishing this up. So I may do, I don't know. I'll see what it's like, but I'm trying not to do it, to take as much apart as I need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hoover this out. Got a good bit of dust off the motor. I will do it more thoroughly, and I do want to take off this light so I can strip it and polish the metal. Actually, I think that is part of the, no, that's part of this plate. So to get the light out, there's a pin through there, I can see. So I'm not really sure. You can see the two screws in here. I don't know. I'm going to have a little look at this to see how I can take off this light hood. It doesn't have any sort of, I'm sure they're supposed to have had like a spring mechanism to spring it up. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. But I've taken the main body apart. So I'm going to clean the inside of this. I'm going to clean all the parts up. And I'm going to polish it. I'm not going to show you the videos on polishing it. Let me take off these screws for the wheels. It'll make polishing a lot easier. If I can take off as much as I can for the polishing part of it. Oops. The wheels off. Okay, I'm going to put that back in. There's a little bolt back here. I don't know what it's for. I don't need it to be taken off, so I'm just going to put it back on the way it was. There we go. So I'm going to give this all a good clean out. The spring for the handle is here, and I can see it is absolutely caked in rubbish. So if I put a screwdriver in, see, the spring still works, but it needs some oiling. So I'm going to clean all this out, because there's, I don't know how many years of crap inside it. Right, okay, I'm going to stop the video here. So I'm going to get all these parts cleaned up. I'm going to polish this and the handle, put the handle back together so you'll see what it's like, and then we're going to concentrate on this, which I need to study a little bit more on how to completely take it apart. So I'm going to get at least half of it all cleaned up and tidy by the time you see the next video. So it's the following day, and all the parts are now clean. Well, clean as best I can get them. I'll run another vacuum over that. The inside of this is all clean. It looks tarnished, but I'm not going to bother with that. It's just the outside I need to polish. So my next step is to do the polishing on them. I'm going to start with the handle, so you can see that this is pretty tarnished. Let's see if I can get this looking good. So I will do this one first and then come back to you once I finished it. Okay, so that is the handle done and polished. It's looking a lot better now. So I've put it back together, and I've treated it to some of the mother's plastic polish, so it'll makes it look a lot better. So one part down anyway. So the next thing I'm going to be working on is the body. So let's see what we can do with this. So that's the body polished. I think you'll agree it looks a little bit different from a few seconds ago. I think that is the best I'm going to get, but it's reflective and it does look a heck of a lot better than what it did. Next thing I need to work on before I work on the brush roll part of it is the front of this and this hood. I can't get this off. There seems to be some sort of, they're not as easy as the newer ones, so I'm going to have to try and polish this whilst it's on it, and then do as best as I can with the front of it as well. So this is going to be my next job. So that's the front, top and the inside part polished as best I can get it. It is looking nice and shiny now. So the last thing I have to do now is the brush roll, wherever I put that. Oh, here it is. So here we are. Here is the brush roll. I wonder if I can get this as shiny as this. Let's stop and see. So I managed to get this a bit shinier. I used the 3 stages of the polishing on the wheel that I have over there, and then I had to use the, I can't remember what it's called, it's like that very super fine wire wool, the finest you can get, over it, and then back on the polishing machine then to finish it off with a final coat of Mother's mag and aluminium polish to bring it up to as good as shine as I possibly can. That is the best it's going to get without being acid dipped or something. So anyway, that's all nice and shiny. Now let's put the bugger back together. Okay, now I'm going to put this thing back together. Now it's all polished and clean and tidy. So the first thing I'm going to do is with the motor. I need to put the mechanism back on for the wheels, which are now nice and clean and I need to re-grease this. Put some grease in the mechanism. Just a little bit. And I'm going to re-grease inside here, inside the ratchet. And then clean off any excess. Now, this is a bit of a bugger to put on. So I need to put the foot pedal in first. And the spring, where's that spring? Just bear with me. Just want that spring greased because it needs it. Cloth. Now, let's get this all in. tighten the magnet. Trying to get this little screw out. There we go. I don't understand. That's all. I know what I've done. That was the screw for that. Turn it back over. Tighten the screws up at the side. I've ordered a new cable for this, so until the new cable comes I will have to use this for now. Put the button on. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. That lock button is a bit tight, so let me just wiggle this off again. Spray a little bit. This side. A bit better. Plug socket. Now let's get the brush roll. Out of this. I have this new brush roll for it. It's got a bit of hair on it, but it is fine. hate these brush rolls. I really do hate them. They're a bloody nightmare. Okay, skinny one up that end. Fat one up that end. And I forgot to put the bloody belt on. Put the new belt on. Oh, which means I gotta take this bloody thing off again. Do. Tell where these are supposed to be. I don't know. Let's get the stupid thing on. I do prefer the new ones for doing all this. This is it's a hell of a faff. Well, it can be a hell of a faff. Back on to cover it. Okay. Jeez. Why doesn't that sit on it? Oh no, I did wrong. I can see here. Put this bar on the wrong way. This is the first time I've ever done it, man. There's like a small plastic bar that holds the light in place, and I can see I've got it the wrong way around. Which is just catching on the hook. because now it's not catching. Shame you can't see this. It's just this under here. Oh, there we are, see? Fits on, the belt's on. Let's give it a go. Let's turn it on. Let's put some power in. Let's plug it in. Well, that's definitely working now. Wow, that is working really well. I'm not going to keep that old brush roll. So let me just shift you up. Now I need to put on the, excuse that squeaky dog next door's dog. There we go, that's the bolt. That's the locking. Now bag on. Actually, no, do you know what? Tell you before I put the bag on, I'm going to give this a polish. Because it's had my greasy fingerprints all over it. Let me unplug it. Let's give it a last polish. Because it's all smudgy. And my polish. So I'm just using some of this Mother's. Sparingly, just to give it its last little polish before we give it a go. Look at that, and I've already put it on the machine and the wheel and buffer and everything. Okay, just rub it in a bit more. Spring on this now, I put some grease on it. It's definitely working better. Okay, I'm going to go nice, soft, fluffy And then just rub it. This is hard work, I tell you. It's not simple. It's simple to do, it's time consuming and a lot of hard work. But the results are amazing because this was completely dull. And now you can see, look at that. It's not factory new, but it does look bloody good. Compared to what it was, let me lower it down a bit. Compared to what it was like, and it was completely dull, the difference is amazing. And I've only done this tonight, the polishing part of it. And the guy I bought this from eBay, I'm going to send him a picture of it now that it's all restored. Right. There we go. Nice and shiny. Let's get the bag on it now. Oh God, that's a bugger to get on, that one is. Right. Let's plug it back in. Get the lead. Cable in. There we go. Right, let's switch it on. See what it's like. Okay, I've taken you off the camera, so you can have a look at it up close. The bag is lovely and clean, smells nice. Now when you open it, it's a bag. Well, I'm waiting for some to come. You couldn't do that because the inside of this, the whole thing was just full of dirt. It just fell out. There's the Kirby 84 logo on the bag, nice orange. Ordered the new power switch. I'll put some Mother's plastic polish on this now and I will do a quick demo, so I'll switch it on for you. And there we go. Let's do a quick demo. Okay, I popped down some sawdust so we can give this nice new shiny Kirby 84 a go. So switch it on. No tech drive. go. My 1984 Kirby 84 Heritage 1. That is now done and dusted, apart from the new cable, which I will be waiting for to arrive. But that is ready to go upstairs with the rest of the vacuums in the collection. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's the first time I've extensively taken a Kirby to part, especially the older ones. I'm going to be working on the Heritage 2 next to give that a good old polish and tidy up. So I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below, whatever you'd like to do. I only do this for fun. Thank you very much.